Hi, and thanks for logging on to the Daily DVAR Halacha. And here's a brand new halacha for you, and it's for Friday, the 12th day of February. Here we go. Today we're going to discuss how to properly make tea on Shabbos. So, firstly, let's remember that the first container where the hot water comes from is called a Kli Rishon, and real cooking could happen in a Kli Rishon, the first vessel that's holding the hot where it's cooking, like the urn or something like that. So you're not going to be putting anything into the urn. Don't even dare do that. But if you're pouring into a vessel, the cup, that's the Kli Sheni, the second cup, and now you want to put a tea bag into that second cup, that too could be a problem because tea bags cook up quite easily, and they could cook, quote unquote, when they're inside of a Kli Sheni on Shabbos. And therefore, some restrict and say don't put a tea bag into a Kli Sheni, into that second vessel on Shabbos. According to Rav Moshe David Leibowitz, and halachically speaking, he says your safest bet is to use instant tea when making tea on Shabbos. And here's what you would do. You would take a hot water urn and pour from the hot water urn straight into a Kli Sheni, a cup. And now you're in the Kli Sheni, and things don't cook so easily in the Kli Sheni, and so you're in a better station. But please make certain that when you pour it into that Kli Sheni that there were no cold drips in there of water, because if there were, they were going to cook when the hot water gets poured onto them. So you got your dry Kli Sheni, and the hot water from the urn went into that dry Kli Sheni, and now things don't cook up so easily in there. So if you would then add the instant tea and the sugar, etc., into that second vessel, which is your cup, then you're going to be pretty safe that no cooking happens. However, don't tune out, Rav Moshe, Rav Belsky, and Rav Elyashiv all said that it's safer to do this in a Kli Shlishi. So you would have the urn pour off into a cup, that's the Kli Sheni, and then you would have the Kli Sheni pour into another cup, and that's the Kli Shlishi, the third vessel, and do your instant tea and your sugar and everything in that Kli Shlishi to make certain that you're not cooking on Shabbos. And lastly, and the Sharat Zion mentions this problem, and the Igros Moshe, that's Rav Moshe Feinstein Zatzal, he also mentions this problem, that if you have hot water, even in a Kli Shlishi, and then you pour the instant tea in, you could be guilty of dyeing, D-Y-E-I-N-G, you could be coloring the water by pouring the tea in. You're not allowed to color things on Shabbos. So to avoid that problem, they say that it's safest to put the tea into the cup first, and then have the hot water land on top of the tea, and then it's not considered dyeing. It's only called dyeing, coloring the water, if the tea went onto the top of the water and colored the water. But if the tea's there first and the water went on top of it, no kidding around, then it's not a problem of dyeing. So it's safer to do that. And the safest way of all here, in summary, is to have your instant tea and sugar sitting in a Kli Shlishi, what's going to be the Kli Shlishi, and the third vessel, and then pour the hot water from the second cup, the cup, which is the Kli Sheni, into the third cup, which is the Kli Shlishi, and then that hot water goes onto that, and then there's no problem of cooking, and there's no problem of coloring the water either. Hope that didn't sound too complicated. Have a great Shabbos, and log on again after Shabbos for more. Bye-bye.